So hello everyone, very good afternoon. So let's do some ACI talks today. Okay, and the very good topic that we are going to take today is L3Out. And within that also there is a specific flavor that we are going to talk about is your transit routing. Okay. Now people who are into the data center domain, they might know about what is L3Out. So what is it? So basically, whenever you have a spine and leaf architecture which is being deployed as a part of ACI fabric, let's say this is my spine, these are my 3 leaves, and this particular architecture is being connected via a controller which is called as your APIC. Okay. Now what L3Out does is that whenever that you want to have a communication on a layer 3 domain, let's say into a different subnet, let's say that I have over here an endpoint which is under VLAN 100, okay, VLAN 101, and I have another endpoint over here which is, let's suppose, in VLAN 200. Now these are properly different networks. Maybe I'm having 1.1.1.1 network that is being running over here, and over here 2.2.2.2 network which is being running. So whenever that you want to have a communication using the fabric over the layer 3 into a different subnet, you use L3Out. Majoritively, whenever through that ACI fabric you want to have the communication, let's say with your WAN router, you are going to use the L3Out. Whenever you want a brownfield deployment, whether you have your legacy DC, already a traditional data center is being created, and you want your traditional switches to have the conversation with some endpoints which are created under ACI, at that time you are going to perform L3Out. Now within that, there is a flavor called as transit routing. Now what it is? So basically, L3Out in the market came out first of all as a stub network. Okay, if you talk about the APIC version 1.0, so the first release of the APIC version 1.0, ACI has released the L3Out configuring as a stub network. But after that, post 1.0 network, you have your one more feature which is called as transit routing, which allows 2 different physical endpoints to have a communication, and ACI is going to work, your spine and leaf fabric over here is going to work as a transit. So let's say that this is my fabric with a spine and I have 3 leaf architecture. Okay, leaf 1, leaf 2 and leaf 3. Now leaf 1 has a physical device. Let's say I do have a Nexus 5K over here, and I do have a Nexus 7K over here which is another device, and I want to have the communication between them. This is again a physical device, let's say a layer 3 switch that I am having. This is also a physical device, let's say a layer 3 switch I am having, and I want to have a communication between 2 different physical devices, and ACI fabric is going to act as a transit for those endpoint groups to communicate. That is nothing but L3Out transit routing. Okay, if you go with the stub network, then basically one of the endpoints that you are having, so rather than taking a Nexus 7K, you need to have the integration with a virtual machine manager where your next EPG is going to be a VM. Okay, whenever one of your EPG is a virtual machine and another EPG is a network, is it a physical domain, that part of communication over layer 3 is called as stub network. Because this VM is a part of the fabric now, because proper integration is being done for that, okay, which is a normal process. So L3Out makes the process easy between 2 different physical domains to have the communication over the layer 3 infrastructure, and ACI fabric is going to work as a transit for that communication. So this is what you have as a L3Out. If you want more to see in the practical scenario, in the laboratory scenario, that how the communication is going to happen, then kindly join my course of CCI Data Center. My name is Malav Sharma and I am the Senior Data Center at Nitiz Sharma Global Tech Private Limited. Kindly stay tuned. Thank you.